Hello, everybody. My name is Maria Yenibell. I'm going to talk about Rikki Tikki-Tavi's history. It is the story of a mongoose that killed three snakes. It says that a small boy found the mongoose and he thought that the mongoose was dead. But his mother told him to take the mongoose home because he could be alive. Then they saw that the mongoose was alive. The small boy was called Teddy, and the mongoose was called Rikki Tikki-Tavi. The mongoose stayed to sleep with Teddy, even though Teddy's mother at the beginning felt afraid, but Teddy's father said that the mongoose will take care of him. The next day, the mongoose took breakfast with them, and then he fell for the garden. There, he met Darcy, Taylor Beard, and his wife, who were sad because one of their babies fell out of the nest and Nag ate him. The mongoose didn't know who Nag was, but soon he met him. It was a big black cobra. Nag tried to scare him, but the mongoose were brave and ate a snake, and Nag knew it. While the mongoose talked with Nag, Nag's wife tried killing him, but Rikki Tikki heard her savage hiss as the stroke missed. Nag wife, Nag wife is called Nagaina. Then Rikki Tikki bit Nagaina, but didn't bite long enough, and he jumped clear of the whisking tail, leaving Nagaina torn and angry. Then they left, and Rikki Tikki sat down to think. Rikki Tikki was ready to be paired, but just as Teddy was stupid, something wrinkled a little in the dust, and a tiny voice said, "Be careful, I'm dead." It was Cat-eyed, the dusty brown snake that lies for choice on the dusty earth, and his bite is as dangerous as the cobras. But he is so small that nobody think of him, and so he does more harm to people. Then Rikki Tikki fought against the snake, and the boy shouted that the mongoose was killing a snake. Next, Teddy's father came with a stick, but Rikki Tikki had already killed the snake. Then Teddy's mother picked him up from the dust and hugged him, crying that he had saved Teddy from death. And Teddy's father said that he was Providence. That night at dinner, he might have stuffed himself 3 over with nice thing, but he remembered Nag and Nagaina, and though it was very pleasant to be paired by Teddy's mother, and to sit on Teddy's shoulder. His eyes would get red from time to time, and he would go off into his long war cry of Rikki Tikki-Tikki-Tick. Teddy carried him off to bed and insisted on Rikki Tikki sleeping under his chin. But as soon as Teddy was asleep, he went off for his night walk round the house. And in the dark, he ran up against Chuchundra, the muskrat creeping around by the wall. Chuchundra always was sad. Chuchundra, when saw Rikki Tikki, thought he was going to kill him, but it wasn't so. Chuchundra tried to warn Rikki Tikki of Nag could be in wherever place, because Rikki Tikki thought that he only was in the garden. Then they felt to Nag and Nagaina. They were in Teddy's mother's bathroom. Then Nag and Nagaina planned to kill the people to have the garden for them. Nag didn't want, but Nagaina convinced him. She said, "Remember that as soon as our egg in the melon bed hatched, as they may tomorrow, our children will need room and quiet." Rikki Tikki was hearing them, and he tingled all over with rage and hatred at this. Then Nag's head came through the sluice, and Rikki Tikki knew he was alone. Next, he decided to attack him. The Teddy's father had been weakened by the noise and fired both barrels of a shotgun into Nag just behind the hood, though he already was dead. The Teddy's father picked him up and said, "It is the mongoose again, Alice. The little chap has saved our life now." When morning came, he was very sick, but well pleased with his doing. "Now I have Nagaina to settle with," he said. Next, he went to the garden. There, Darcy was singing because Nag was dead. Then he asked him for Nagaina, and he said that Nagaina was sad, and she was with Nag in the garbage. Next, Rikki Tikki asked for Nagaina's egg, and he said They were in the melon bed. On the end nearest the wall, where the sun strike nearly all day. Then he planned to destroy the eggs. While he was destroying it, Nagaina went to the house and Darcy's wife told him. When Rikki Tikki went to the house, Teddy and his mother and father were there at early breakfast, but Rikki Tikki saw that they were not eating anything. They sat stone still, and their faces were white. Nagaina was coiled up on the matting by Teddy's chair, within easy striking distance of Teddy's bare leg, and she was swaying to and fro, singing a song of triumph. Then Rikki Tikki called her, and he showed her the last egg with life, causing her to look at him. So Teddy's family was able to escape. The big snake turned half around and saw the egg on the veranda. Ah, give it to me, she said. Then Rikki Tikki confessed that he had killed Nag. Nagaina just wanted me to give her the egg. And Rikki Tikki started jumping around her and attacked her, but she got away, and then he followed her under the ground. Darcy thought he was already dead, but suddenly came out saying that Nagaina was dead and the garden was joyful. The end. Analysis of short story Rikki Tikki-Tavi. The setting, place, in the Teddy's house, bungalows, in Sigoli, Cantonment, weather condition. At the beginning, there was a high summer flood. Next, the story it happened in weather zoning. Social condition. The Teddy's family and the mongoose live together and eat together. And the mongoose are always went to bed on Teddy's shoulders. Also, Teddy and Rikki Tikki sleep together. The mongoose had a lot of friends in the garden, just the snake were bad. Mood or atmosphere. At the beginning, the story is tragedy, but change to a moment of hope, and finally is heroic. The plot, introduction. At the beginning, tells the story a small boy found a mongoose. He thought that the mongoose was dead, but mother said that could be alive and decided pick it up and took it home. Then the mongoose stayed to the house, and he met to Darcy, Taylor Bird, Nag, and Nagaina. Rising action. In this part, the mongoose met Karite, and they have a battle where the mongoose Rikki Tikki won. Climax. In this part, Rikki Tikki met Chuchundra. Also, it happened the battle between Rikki Tikki and Nag, and Rikki Tikki won again. Falling action. In this part, Rikki Tikki destroyed the Nagain's nest. Also, it happened the battle between Rikki Tikki and Nagaina. The new man. At the end, Rikki Tikki kills Nagaina, and the garden was joyful. The conflict. The conflict is this. In this story, it was typed external and Kim Men version men. The character. Protagonist. The mongoose, Rikki Tikki, rather like a little cat in his fur and his tail, but quite like a whistle in his head and his habit. His eyes and the end of his wrestle nose were pink. He could scratch himself anywhere he pleased with any leg, front or back, that he chose to use. He could fluff up his tail till it looked like a bottle brush, and his war cry as he scuttled through the long grass was Rikki Tikki Tish. Antagonist. Nag, the big black cobra, and he was 5 feet long from tongue to tail. Nagaina, Nag's wife, she is worse than Nag. Karite, the dusty brown snakeling that lies for choice on the dusty earth, and his bite is as dangerous as the cobra. Point of view. The history using the omniscience limits point of view. The theme, be brave, you can. Thank you for watching.